Aesop's Fables for English Learners, Part 1. The Wolf and the Lamb. Wolf, meeting with a lamb astray from the fold, resolved not to lay violent hands on him, but to find some plea to justify to the lamb the wolf's right to eat him. He thus addressed him: "Sirrah, last year you grossly insulted me." "Indeed," bleated the lamb in a mournful tone of voice, "I was not then born." Then said the wolf, "You feed in my pasture." "No, good sir," replied the lamb, "I have not yet tasted grass." Again said the wolf, "You drink of my well." "No," exclaimed the lamb, "I never yet drank water, for as yet my mother's milk is both food and drink to me." Upon which the wolf seized him and ate him up, saying, "Well, I won't remain supperless, even though you refute every one of my imputations." Plea: the answer that a person gives in court when they have been accused of committing a crime. Example: Mr. Wilson entered a plea of not guilty. Bleat: when a sheep or goat bleats, it makes the typical sound of these animals. Pasture: grass or similar plants suitable for animals such as cows and sheep to eat, or an area of land covered in this. Example: the sheep were grazing on the lush green pastures. Imputation: a suggestion that someone is guilty of something or has a particular bad quality. Example: imputations of dishonesty. The Bat and the Weasels. A bat who fell upon the ground and was caught by a weasel pleaded to be spared his life. The weasel refused, saying that he was by nature the enemy of all birds. The bat assured him that he was not a bird, but a mouse, and thus was set free. Shortly afterwards the bat again fell to the ground and was caught by another weasel, whom he likewise entreated not to eat him. The weasel said that he had a special hostility to mice. The bat assured him that he was not a mouse, but a bat, and thus a second time escaped. Vocabulary, likewise, in the same way. Example: just water these plants twice a week, and likewise the ones in the bedroom. Entreat: to try very hard to persuade someone to do something. Example: we would spend every mealtime entreating the child to eat her vegetables. The Ass and the Grasshopper. An ass, having heard some grasshoppers chirping, was highly enchanted, and, desiring to possess the same charms of melody, demanded what sort of food they lived on to give them such beautiful voices. They replied, "The dew." The ass resolved that he would live only upon dew, and in a short time died of hunger. Vocabulary: dew, drops of water that form on the ground and other surfaces outside during the night. The Lion and the Mouse. A lion was awakened from sleep by a mouse running over his face. Rising up angrily, He caught him and was about to kill him, when the mouse piteously entreated, saying, "If you would only spare my life, I would be sure to repay your kindness." The lion laughed and let him go. It happened shortly after this that the lion was caught by some hunters, who bound him by some ropes to the ground. The mouse, recognizing his roar, came gnawed the rope with his teeth, and set him free, exclaim, "You ridiculed the idea of my ever being able to help you, expecting to receive from me any repayment of your favor, and now you know that it is possible for even a mouse to con benefits on a lion." Vocabulary: piteously, in a way that causes you to feel sadness and sympathy. Gnaw, to bite or chew something repeatedly, usually making a hole in it or gradually destroying it. Examples: babies like to gnaw hard objects when they are teething. A dog lay under the table, gnawing on a bone. The charcoal burner and the fuller. A charcoal burner carried on his trade in his own house. One day he met a friend, a fuller, and entreated him to come and live with him, saying that they should be far better neighbors, and that their housekeeping expenses would be lessened. The fuller replied, "The arrangement is impossible as far as I am concerned, for whatever I should whiten, you would immediately blacken again with your charcoal." Vocabulary: charcoal, a hard, black substance similar to coal that can be used as fuel or, in the form of sticks, as something to draw with. Fuller, a person whose occupation is fulling cloth. Carry something on, to continue doing something, or to cause something to continue. Example: let's carry on this discussion at some other time. Housekeeping, the management of a home and the work that needs to be done in it, such as cleaning.